EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. This defense for the Patriots, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. Now a handoff here to his running back. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Nice little juke. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd down and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Wilson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Pats are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Brown. Open target here, Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Patriots. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to take over here. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Right back to him on first down. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Tucker with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Jackson now to return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then a dish touchdown.
Darius Slayton, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. New York ready to go again offensively. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
On first down, Brown. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Wilson. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Jets now to take over. They lost last week. Actually, not only did they lose, they were shut out, but they've got the lead here right now. And now here's a carry heading left. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Patriots have it. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's going to be caught by Pitts. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. They go play action here on 1st down. He gets it complete to Jackson. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual, because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 121 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than the ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1
every single time.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Dalton Keene There to make the grab. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Wilson will throw again. This to Hines on the drop-off. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Wilson. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. DeForest Buckner. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Jackson now to return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before
touchdown! A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Patriots add on to their lead. An extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. DeForest Buckner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The quick feet by Jackson. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Patriots take over. So here are the Patriots to take over. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there for the Patriots.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
On 1st and 10, Brown going for it all. And it's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, 26 yards. And the Patriots continue to roll. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
They begin the drive with Hines, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He'll check this down to Hines. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Now
but you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Hines. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They go play action with Wilson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And he goes out right around the 39.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15 he goes.
136 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off inside the 5, and he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
It's been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for him here.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now Brown off the play fake. It's caught by Jackson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 81 yards.
And the Patriots are on their way to a 2-0 start. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about... the 21-yard line. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. And keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jackson to return. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 2nd and 2. Here's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. Play action. Now Wilson. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now Wilson. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New England's offense set to go. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. Well, they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
He's got his open man Royal. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5s.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's got a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's the Jets punter now. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Here's Jackson. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And down inside the 10 at the 9. Big play there for New England.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Patriots, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long.